All right, there we go. We are officially live. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my comic book collaborators. My name is Chris. This is We Love Comics, and I thought I would do a little bit of a different video because I've had people request that I show some of my older books and everything. And I've been straightening out a little bit because, of course, you guys know we moved. And if you moved, you know you're not going to complete everything right away. So I was putting some stuff away and organizing and trying to compact things. You know, buying new comics and selling a few here and there, which, by the way, if you're interested in buying any of my comics, I have a link in the description. You could check that out. But I found some books, and I have enough for 3 videos that I didn't remember I had or did not know the value of them, but I knew I had them. I just didn't remember where, because I have probably about 20 long boxes of comics, about 15 short boxes of graded books, so there's a lot of stuff all over the place. And when I was a kid, I never organized them, and there's just too many books for me to do that. But there's going to be 3 separate videos. The comics are going to get better as you go, so hopefully you will continue to watch. And if anything, they might show you books that you did not know had value or potential value that you may even have in your collection or want to add to your collection. So one of the good things about watching haul videos and stash videos like this is you get to find out some comics you may not have known about or may not have known have some particular value. So with that being said, let me say hello to some of the people that are here. Wild Child, you are first. He says hello. Welcome, and I'm glad you are here. Dalsk, hello. For months I could never catch you live, and now twice in 2 days. That's awesome to hear. Giuseppe is here. John is here. Chris is here. Laro Lopez is here. Gary, Manny the Comic Collector. And don't forget to sign up for the cashback program as well. But let me put on the video camera so you can see me. And also stay until the end if you want to see today's surprise subscriber shout out. You do have to be in the live chat to get that, so come on in and join into the fun. Christian Ramirez says, I'm here. Did I miss anything? Nope, just me blabbing and introducing and saying hello to everybody. So I'm about to show the first stack of about 10 to 12 comics. I got 3 sets. Part 3, there are some pretty valuable books that I did not even remember I had or did not know they had value until I checked them. So it does pay to know about your books. So hopefully you will watch part 2 and part 3 after this, and your thumbs up will tell me you like these. So please, if you can, hit the thumbs up to show you support my channel. So that being said, let me start with the first one. Now this one, I don't think it's going to go anywhere at this point. It's probably already done, but I knew I had this book, so when I found it, I thought it was cool to show it. I'm sure it has some value. I bought it the day it came out, so I only spent $1 on it. So I'm sure it's worth more than that, but still I thought this was cool. This, of course, is Damage Control. This is the first appearance of Damage Control. I remember when I was a kid, I used to love #1 issues, so I bought this, you know, just thinking, who knows. Now, they showed it in the Amazing Spider-Man movie. Who knows if they'll continue with it, but if anything, it brought recognition to a comic that was probably going to be in a 50-cent bin for life. So like I said, the highest value of this is already passed, but I still think it's a cool book to own. And, you know, like I said, I bought it the day it came out for $1, so can't complain about that. I just thought it was cool to find it. Here's another one I didn't remember I had. It doesn't have major significance, but again, when you see it, you'll see. But I paid $1 for it again. I bought this the day it came out. This is Marvel Action Universe #1. Now, of course, there are rumors that Firestar may end up in the MCU. As I say with any rumor, take it with a grain of salt because you never know. Things can change or the rumor might be false. Now, this isn't the first appearance of Firestar, but still a cool book to have. I remember growing up as a kid. I know why I bought this. I used to love the cartoon Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. I used to love watching that show. It was one of my favorite cartoons as a child. So this brought back memories when I bought this as a teenager, and happy to have it. So who knows if anything will happen with this, or who knows if they actually use Firestar. But again, this is not her first appearance, but still, #1 issues when it comes to things like that, they tend to do okay. It is another one I bought the day it came out for a grand total of $1.75. Who knows what's going to happen with this book? this is definitely not his first appearance, but it's his first #1 issue, and you guys know after a first appearance, people like to get the books where they have their first solo series. This is his first limited series. This is U.S. Agent #1. This, of course, is back in the 80s. So it's a 4-issue limited set. But, of course, what's going on with the Captain America in the MCU as of now, at least as far as the TV shows are concerned, it is now U.S. Agent, not Captain America. So who knows if it's going to be popular or not. But, again, this is a book you'll find in the dollar bin. And if it goes from $1 to $5, hey, that's one heck of a profit. So sometimes you got to take the chance on the cheaper books. But like I said, I bought this as a kid. I paid the cover price for it. You probably pay less for that now. With inflation, that's actually saying a lot, because, you know, $1 was worth a lot more back in the 80s than it is today. So, that's why if you see this as a $5 or $6 book on eBay, it's probably because of that, the devaluation, but that's a video for another time. Alright, this one is not the best of the popular ones, but you'll see when I talk about it, but still thought this one was pretty cool to share with you. This is the Unbelievable Gwenpool #1. This is the hip-hop variant. And Silver Age Surfer just sent a super chat. Thank you for that. Anytime anybody sends a super chat, I want to acknowledge it because I appreciate that. And he says, I appreciate the content you provide. My pleasure. Thank you for that. Really nice of you. And hopefully the comics that I show in these videos, or any of my videos, will help you add to your collection. Because before I started making my own comic videos, when I got back into it, in the 90s, I stopped collecting. With the comic crash, I'm sure many of you that were my age gave up. I did not collect anything from like 1996 through 2015. And the end of like October 2015, I started getting into comic book collecting again. Now, I didn't make a video right away, but I watched other people's videos to kind of catch up. So it does pay to watch people's videos, so you could see comics you may not have been aware of. So that's one of the reasons why I like showing these kind of videos, to show comics you may not have been aware of, because let's not assume that everybody watching knows about comics. Today could be somebody's first day ever getting into comics, and they have to catch up. So don't assume that because you might be an expert or been doing it for 30 years, that somebody isn't coming along and watching for the first time. And that was one of the things I used to love about Joe DiMaggio of the Yankees. One of the things that he said during an interview in his heydays is he said, you know, throughout your career, you always hustled. Why did you do that? And his mindset was, you know, that particular day might have been a kid's first time seeing him play, so he wanted to put out an effort. And that's not something you really see today with sports figures. So to me, I don't want to assume that everybody watching knows everything about comics, because even I learn many things that I don't know about. So it does pay to watch. Now, these are spec books. These I've had for a while. I didn't pay cover price for them, but I definitely, if this happens, and I have a strong feeling this is going to happen in the MCU, because they're already planting the seeds for it. So these are books no one's talking about right now, which means you can get them super cheap. And that's the best time to be buying stuff. So the first one, this is just random Secret Invasion books that I bought. This is Secret Invasions #3. This is one of the variants. I don't know if it's like a specific, like 1 in 25 or anything. I didn't write it down. But this was signed by Brian Bendis. It has a certificate of authenticity, but who knows. But I only paid $7 for this book. If you see any Secret Invasions, you might want to start buying them now. Because remember, guys, and I try and teach people all the time, as soon as there's an announcement, if there is one, of course, there are no guarantees, you know what's going to happen to the books. I mean, look at Ultimate Fallout 4. For years, I was telling people to buy that book. You could buy a 9.8 for $100 for a long time. Now, I just checked GoCollect.com. The 1 in 25 variant of Ultimate Fallout 4, a 9.8 is valued as of now $6,000. I wish I had a 9.8. Unfortunately, I don't. But it shows that you have to jump on them quickly before anybody's talking about them. And most people do the opposite. They wait until everybody else is following along, and they're paying double, triple, 10 times the amount they had to, because they don't do their own research. So trust me on these. You might want to check out these now. Chris says, Chris, Chris, you would be surprised. I've been picking up first series Booster Gold books. Hey, as long as they make you happy, that's great. DC, it's a little bit harder because their reputation isn't as good. But, you know, if you could buy them cheap, like you said, you're buying them run for $1.50. If you sell them for $3, you doubled your money. So as long as you make yourself happy with what you buy, that's key. But I also say if you buy a comic you hate, it's easy to sell. All right, so let's get back to these. I have 3 copies of this one. This is another Secret Invasion. This is a black and white sketch. I don't know how much I paid for these, but this is a 3rd printing variant. It's one of the few I bought a couple of years ago. I probably spent about $6 to $8 a piece, maybe less. I didn't write it down. That was back when I first got back into collecting, so I didn't start writing the prices right away. But this is another book definitely getting... I don't know... this is number 1, but again, it's a 3rd print. All right, the next one is another variant. I got 2 copies of this. I didn't write the prices on these either, unfortunately. This, again, is Secret Invasion number 3. I bought a lot of issue 3 for some reason. I don't know if there's something in particular that is important about issue 3. So if somebody wants to check that, there might be a reason. But I paid... Well, I didn't write the price on these either. And this is, again, the variant edition. This is another one that was signed. This one is a 1 in 50 variant. I paid $45 for. So this is Secret Invasion, again, issue number 3. I'm going to have to check and see if there's some kind of significance of that particular book. But this one was also signed by Brian Michael Bendis at the Baltimore Comic-Con on 11/10/09, so the day after my birthday. So I love this cover, but definitely Secret Invasion. I have a very strong feeling that that is going to do well. All right, we're going to have more books, but this is the last of the Secret Invasions. I got 3 of these. And I have the price on... Yes, I have 3. Now, this is either... I found mixed reviews on this one. Some people say it's a 1 in 75 variant. Others say it's a 1 in 100 variant. But this is one of the more higher up theirs. This is issue number 3. Now, it shows price tag of $50, $75 on that. But I paid $18.98 for one. $24.99 for the other, and $24.99 for the other. And I did write on this one, the first Secret Warriors. Alright, so there is a reason why I bought so many issue number 3. So I did write it on one of the comics. Issue number 3 is the first appearance of the Secret Warriors. But getting the whole collection of the Secret Invaders is really going to be something worth taking the chance on. So, get that. Alright, so the next one... I have several copies of. I just happened to find one more of them. This is definitely, again, another book that is significant, and it will be a more expensive book soon, because they're already showing in the Sony Spider-Verse that this character is coming. I don't know why people are waiting, but, you know, their loss is your gain. I bought all of these when I was a kid for cover price. I have probably about 5 of these, maybe 6. Because I knew back then, I thought this was going to be important. This, of course, is Amazing Spider-Man. This is 30th anniversary issue 365. I paid a total of $3.95, which is pretty expensive back in the days. But this is back in the typical 90s where they had the holograms and holographic stuff and all the fancy covers and all that. But this is, of course, the first appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Now, make sure, if you buy this on eBay or something, there is a poster in here. Make sure that the poster is in there. Otherwise, if you get this graded, it's going to come back qualified incomplete. Now, of course, the poster doesn't affect the story. But, like, for example, with Batman 181, First Poison Ivy, that has a poster as well. Without the poster, the value is going to go down. So this is another book. I mean, they already teased it in the end credits of the last Spider-Verse movie. Who knows where they're going to go with it, but I have a feeling Spider-Man 29 is going to be a lot more relevant in the next Spider-Verse movie, and you know what's going to happen to the value of the book, so get them now. You could probably pick this up for about $50 at this point. Obviously, 9.8s graded are going to be much higher than that, but I mean, I paid cover price for them all, so I'm not worried about where they go. Alright, this is another one. I had 3 other copies, but I found 2 more of them. Again, I bought these the day they came out. Another significant book. This, of course, is Spider-Man Unlimited, which, of course, starts the whole Maximum Carnage. Now, this has been going down a little bit, but that's because what's going on now, no one's making any movies, and there's not much talk, so people have been shying away from this, and out of sight, out of mind is when the best time to take advantage of these. So, this is definitely, it's one of those oversized books, but Maximum Carnage begins here. Ron Lim cover. I paid $3.95 a piece. I have a total of 5 copies. Definitely a book to get. Alright, last one for this. This is a book I totally forgot that I had. I bought all of these. I have 4 of them. I bought them, again, the day they came out. $2.95, which, you know, again, back in the days, that was pretty expensive. But we got Venom number 4. And there are 4 copies, and that is the first appearance of Scream. A couple of other characters. Also, Riot, I believe, is another one. And I think that was the character in the Venom first Venom movie, the evil person. But I'm sure with the fact of female characters, I would not be shocked if eventually this character, Scream, ends up in a Sony movie. That may not happen, but you never know. But again, I bought these the day they came out. I bought several copies of the Venom Lethal Protector because Venom was pretty hot. Back in the early 90s, Venom, Punisher, and Wolverine were basically no-brainers, and you would buy books like crazy. So, like Venom number 1, Lethal Protector, I have several. As a matter of fact, I have 3 of the gold variants. I bought them back in the days, but I bought like about 4 copies of each one. So, glad to have this book, and that will complete Part 1. Now, trust me when I say the books are going to get better as they go. I'm going to do one tomorrow and then the day after, so I'll make sure they stay intact as far as not waiting too long in between. Out of 52 people, only 20 likes, so if you guys want to show that you appreciate it, I would be humbled and honored if you hit the like button before you leave. Let's do today's surprise subscriber shout-out. Let me know in the comment section if any of these books you've ever had before, or you think they might be potentially worth something in the future. Let's hear your opinion. I always appreciate that. And as you can see, there are still 2 piles of other books that I'm going to show, and the last one, there's some pretty good books in there. So today's surprise subscriber shout out, we're going to go with Silver Age Surfer. We're going to do 2. We're going to do Silver Age Surfer number 1, and we're going to go with Dalsic Hello as number 2, because he says he's been waiting months to get into the live shows, so he finally got one. So those are our 2 surprise subscriber shout-outs. Thank you so much for the people that thumbed up the video. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you saw a book that maybe rekindles the incentive to buy it, or a book you've never seen before, and it helps add to your collection to make it grow even stronger. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the cashback program. Sign up for it. It is free to do. Just check any restrictions, see if it qualifies in your area if you live outside the United States. And if you spend $25 or more within the first 90 days, you get a $10 bonus. So take advantage of that. You buy a $25 book, it ends up costing you $15. So sign up for it. And full disclosure, if you click on the link, I do get a one-time referral fee. So it helps me considering I've been out of work for 4 months. So thanks for watching. Have a great day, and do not forget, it's not you, it is not I, it's We Love Comics. I'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Hit the notification bell if you haven't, and stay tuned for that part 2. Peace.